game!
What's good, my fellow strikers? And in today's video, I'm gonna be talking about the best to worst Bleach characters in anime battle arena. By the way, this is purely opinion. The first character on this list is Ichigo Kurosaki. The reason why he's the first on this list, bro, is because this character is insanely good. First of all, he has 2 guard breakers, and the main reason why he's up top here is because multi-cut, best combo extender. All you need to do is 4M1 multi-cut, then after that M1 again, and then back down, then Getsuga, and boom, you already have an 80 to 90% combo. Damn! The second character is Toshiro. Now, I have to admit, Toshiro is kind of underrated, okay? When I first used him, I thought he was trash, but he's actually good as frick. You know Ice Path, right? Ice Path, for one, is very good in a ladder combo, bro. And while you're doing that combo, right, you can do pressure with whip. Like, the way you can just pressure your opponent with Ice Whip is what makes Toshiro good. And a lot of people forget that Ice Wall has iframes on any attack. 3, Aizen. Aizen would have been like 2, right? But he's kind of, he's a little bit wonky, okay? He's not bad. I personally like Toshiro more. Aizen's Kyokasu Getsu is a very good evasive. It can counter anything, but doesn't really last that long in base. And Kurotsugi, okay, that move is just clean, bro. Comboing with Aizen, I don't find it as easy with Ichigo. And I don't mean in the sense that like Aizen is hard to use. He just doesn't have a lot of good moves that just multi-hit and strike your opponent. Number 4 is Stark. Stark in his base is pretty average. Not average in a bad way, good. It's pretty decent. You also need the clones, which you're able to use to dodge your opponent. And it also has a nice mix-up where you can put the Sero up top. You can control your Sero, and then that up tilt and Sero beam down is pretty good. But what makes Stark good is his awakening, bro. Left gun is OP, right gun is a guard breaker, and what makes it OP is that you can't tell sometimes where your opponent is using left or right gun. It's kind of hard to tell. So it keeps you always blocking, right? And that makes it easier for your opponent to just pressure you. Number 5 is Gin. Gin would have been on 4, but the reason why is that his cooldowns are very high, and his only guard breaker is shoot to kill. Shoot to kill's cooldown is high. It's not a combo extender, and when you miss it, you don't really have that much options. But his awakening, with his awakening, all you need to do is M1 combo, use null step, shoot to kill, and then chorus it. You're pretty much dead if your opponent knows how to M1 with Gin. 6 is Byakuya. Now Byakuya's combos are good, and he has super good low cooldowns compared to other characters, and he has a decent guard breaker. My main problem with Byakuya though is that, I mean, he does damage, but not enough. I think they buffed his damage though. I see it do a lot more, but what I don't like is his awakening. His awakening is good, but it kind of feels just like his base, and that's not a bad thing. But when you're using Byakuya's awakening, you have Flood, and then you just have Scatter, and then you have Flash Step and Gokei. And the problem with that is that you're not going to be using Gokei unless you're trying to finish your opponent. So most of the time, you're not going to be using Gokei because you don't want to get kicked out mode. And then Flash Step, it's kind of like a waste of a slot because Gokei is a guard breaker, but you're not going to be using it. So you're mainly going to be using Scatter and Flood. And I kind of don't really like that. It makes it not really as different from his base. And it's like, I don't know, it feels like it could be better. 7 is Rukia. Rukia, her base is good, but it's hard to use. But that's not a bad thing. It just takes a lot of amount of skill to use Rukia. I also don't like how Shakaho has end lag, right? So when you use it, you can't do anything. It doesn't really do a lot of damage with base. If you go Awakening, it's just night and day. Rukia, if you go Awakening, you can literally combo somebody in the first 30 seconds of your mode. Her Awakening is so clean. 8 is Grimmjow. Grimmjow got a hero knockdown counter, which you can combo extend, and he also has Sonido clones. But the problem with Sonido clones is that it's good, but I find it kind of annoying that unless you want to do the knockback with Sonido clones, you gotta have your cursor still on your opponent. And his awakening, it's okay. I think Rukia, come on, Rukia's awakening is kind of better in my opinion. 9 is Headkame Yamamoto. Now I'm gonna be real. Headkame Yamamoto is a pretty well balanced character. I don't really use him a lot though, which is why I put him on 9. And he seems pretty decent. What I don't like though is that in Awakening, he has that move called Hell Pillars, which kicks you out of mode and then circles around the map. And yeah, I get it, it does a lot of damage, but what's the point? Most of the time in a rank 1v1s, your opponent is not really going to be on the edge of the map. So most of the time, that move's not really going to land. Shunsui, I don't like how he plays. Kage Oni is a good guard breaker, okay? But like, he doesn't seem like he has a much utility, like, you know, base PTS Ichigo, you know what I mean? PTA Ichigo got a good combo extender, a good guard breaker. His awakening was good. He got the one shot. It's in, but he's not bad. I know for a fact that if a person was really good with Shunsui, you can be top tier. Now 11 is Hollow Ichigo. Hollow Ichigo, bro, I don't even know. I don't like Hollow Ichigo at all. First of all, his base personally needs a rework. His moves are only good when you put it on the mask, and the problem with that is that the mask breaks very easily. When you use impact slashes, it's slow as frick, so they're not really going to be doing any combos. The Getsuga for him, Now I do admit, his mode is insane. I love Hollow Ichigo, and especially Mugetsu, because when you use Mugetsu in that mode, it's inescapable. But his base, I don't like, no. 12, Ulquiorra. It's kind of funny because I was hyped when he came out, but to me, I don't think he's as good. First of all, his only guard breaker is Zero. And I don't know about you, but I personally think that beams are not good guard breakers at all, okay? They're good for combo extending. For guard breaks, no. Because when beams are your only guard breaker, it's kind of hard to just, you know, use it and break your opponent's guard, especially with a narrow hitbox. So, and since it's its only guard breaker, you can't really do anything because your opponent most of the time when you're Ulquiorra is going to be blocking. 13 is Kisuke. Now Kisuke is like, he's okay, but I think Rukia is better. First of all, Portable Gigai is good. It's a good counter. Then you got Rikujo Koro, which is like Geki. Don't see any difference. But Slice and Hyan, they don't seem like they do a decent amount of damage. His mode is good though. Pink Cannon does a lot of damage. Shinji used to be good, but I don't know what happened, bro. He's just not good anymore. First of all, Slash has serious end lag, okay? His awakening, it's good, okay? Bleach characters, they got decent awakenings, okay? I don't know why most of the Bleach characters' awakenings are good. And then the worst, I think, is Yoruichi. Okay, Ground Slam is a good guard breaker, but I don't like the other moves. I don't like that kick move. It just feels weird to me. And then Flash Barrage Punch or whatever it is, it feels weird to combo with. It feels clunky as frick. What are your best and worst Bleach characters? Because I know some of you probably didn't agree with this list. If you like some of these videos, hit that like button, subscribe, and I'll see you all next time.